Hello everyone and welcome to very wonky video in which I would like to share with you some of my tips and tricks for the upcoming cone game. So as you probably know, we will be having summer festival quite shortly, and one of the events on this summer festival is a cone race. So this is just going to be a very wonky video because I have no plans, I have no script on what to talk about. I'm just going to go for it. So here is the map shared by Podhopper, the host of the event, and this shows the map of Bavin neighborhood or just hood. They all look the same. So I don't know if you can see my cursor, but the first run starts where the number 1 is, and in my opinion this is the easier part, and the goal is to move all the cones from the position 1 or 2 into the fountain, and you have 2 minutes to do that. Last year it was 1 minute, but this year it's 2 minutes. So let's start with position 1. I have already placed my cones right here, all 8 of them. There are 8 cones. So I will not time myself right now, I'm just going to do like a test run and show you some things along the way. So my tip would be, try to gather cones on one side, don't scatter them around too much, try to collect them into a pile like this on either side, either here on left side or on the right side, it's up to you. And then when the race starts, you would want to push as many cones as you can into this area. If I remember correctly, no cones can touch the stairs. I mean, like, this is like the start line here. So if I said anything wrong here, I'll add corrections to the description box below. You can see me, but I'm pointing downwards. Okay, so let's just do it. So yay, so we're pushing the cones, as many as I can, and push them towards the fountain. Now you don't want the tip of the cones to touch the fountain, because I found this is the most difficult position for the cones to kick them into the fountain. Let's kick some more. They like being kicked, just like Eddie. Okay, another one. Another cone. I'm trying to get it into this, bad position. Okay. That's maybe... Okay, so when you're kicking the cones in... Oh, it's good to go into the first person perspective sometimes. So when you kick the cones into the fountain, my advice would be do it from here, like get to as close as you can to the cone, so that the cone is touching both the fountain and your avatar, and then run jump forward like this, and there you go, you have a cone in the fountain. So it's not that hard. Why don't we kick all of them in? I have another hood set up with the cones on the side, on the balcony. So let's kick it in. Okay, now it may happen then that when you kick the cones into this, as I like to call it, the fountain area right here, sometimes you can get stubborn cones. It happens to me all the time. So for example, you're struggling to kick one of the cones in, I usually like to just leave it. Just leave it and go get another one. I know maybe this is not the best tip, but sometimes it will take you longer to stand here and try to kick this stupid cone into the fountain, and it will take you actually less time to run back to like this area or to the balcony to get another cone and to kick it into the fountain area. So it's really up to you, but I know that I don't want to waste too much time trying to kick one of the cones inside the fountain. So, for example, I'm struggling. Let's say I'm struggling. Oh no, I can't do it. So just leave that cone and go get another one. Like this one. Yay. So if you have two stubborn cones, well, this is a huge dilemma on what to do. Oops, I had a lag. Oh, there we go. So see, I can't kick this one. So I usually give it like 2 or 3 more tries. Okay, see, I can't kick it, so I'll go get another one. Let's say I brought this one in, still can't kick it in, so. Oh, almost got it. Okay, I wasted enough time there. Do I have any more cones in? Yeah. They like to veer to the right, just like Eddie. Oh, there we go. It's in. So now we are left with these two. There we go. Can work out. We have all cones in. Hooray! Let's cheer. Because this deserves a cheer. Okay, let's hide the key. Before I go to my next hood, there is another piece of advice. Like look what's happening here. So I'm walking. Ugh! Please, camera, stay behind me because I can't see what I'm doing. Here it's even worse. So because, sorry, that's one of the reasons why I think the balcony is the harder starting point. For one thing, you have much less space in here. Okay, but look, now I can see like my front, so moving around can be a little wonky. So that's why I keyed my first person perspective button to the plus on the num keypad, because I'm not using arrows on my keyboard. I am using the numeric keypad, and you know, if you have a full keyboard, it's on your right where the numbers are, and you have this little enter, and above the enter there is this plus key. So I use that because, you know, I'm running around and I can switch between those two perspectives like on the fly. And this is going to be extremely helpful, especially here, and you're like when you're trying to push the cones. I'll show you that in a minute. You really do want to see them and to see what you're doing, especially here. Like, what the hell is going on? And trust me, you will lose your cones from your sight, so keep an eye on them. Another piece of advice is when you link to Podhopper's hood, go to the first person, and this, I think this will be the default angle. Just lower it a bit, not like fully downwards like this. No, don't do that. Move it up a little bit so you can see where you're running, so you can see the cone in front of you and you can see where you're going. Because if you look at the cone like this, so yeah, cool, we can see the cone, but where am I going? Where is the fountain? Oh my gosh, it's so confusing. Where am I? So lift it up a little bit. So now, for example, I have a cone in front of me. Yay, I can kick the cone around and I can see where I'm going, and I can see the fountain. I don't actually use the first person perspective when I'm kicking the cones in. I just stay in like third person perspective like now, because I see what's going on around me. It's easier for me to control what I'm doing. Okay, so right now I'm going to link to my other hood where I have these cones set up here. So I'll see you then. Okay, so now we are in my other hood, and the cones are ready right here. And as you can see, they are all here on the left. Also, they are not touching the stairs like this. Also, this is a start line, and this is a very difficult placing, if I can call that. If you want to arrange your cones in this area, take my advice and please, please, please do not let any cones here on the right, because they get stuck here, especially here. You can get them out, but it takes a lot of time. You don't want to do it, trust me. I think I am pretty good at kicking stuff around in Mula, but this is a pain to get the cones out of here, especially here, like below the telescope. So keep your cones on the left, like this. Also, as I mentioned in the previous hood, you may want to stay in a first-person perspective here, because here, at least for me, it is not easy to move around and to maneuver and push those cones out. So the rules stay as before. So let's just take a look at the map again. So you can't see my cursor because I just checked the previous video. So now we are in position 2 and we have to kick it to position F, so to the fountain. Okay, so let's just do it. I'm not going to time myself right now. I don't know if I'll kick all of them. So let's say, yay, Podhopper shouted start. Let's push them out, push them out, push them out. Sometimes they are quite stubborn, but yeah, push them out, yeah. So see, I am looking down, so I can see the cone and I can see the fountain. But I know that here the camera is cooperative, so I can do this. Okay, a stubborn cone does not want to get in. One more try. Nope. Okay, last try, and then I'm getting the next one. Okay, it's in. It's on, actually. Okay, first person because the camera goes bonkers here, or wonkers. Okay, let's kick it in. Yay, another one in. First person. Okay. Ugh. Get in. Good. My advice also is try not to kick those cones too hard, because they can fly over the fountain. I don't have it on the video, but I've been practicing like a few days ago, and in one run I kept kicking the cones over the fountain and they landed here somewhere. So that's not good. And I don't like to brag, but one time I managed to get all the cones in. Oh, hi Babel. Shut up. I'll be with you in a moment, okay? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the flying cones. And yeah, so one time, and I really regret that I didn't record it, but I kicked all the cones in, and while I was, standing in the fountain celebrating, yay, I kicked all them in, one fell out, because it was like on the edge. Okay, let's kick them all in. Whoa, another lag, whoops. And you know what, another piece of advice, if you notice that you have a lag, like I just had here on these stairs, if you have a lag, don't touch your keyboard. Take your hand off your arrow keys and don't move, because really weird things can happen. In my case, for example, let's say I get a lag, I'm for example facing here, I'm facing the fountain, and when the lag ends, I'm here. I have no idea how and why that happens, but it does. And you don't want that to happen during cone race, because it may happen that when you have a lag, you may kick the cone somewhere you don't want it to go. For example, over the fountain. It never happened to me, but you know, it can happen. Because this game is full of weird miracles. Yay! Okay, so I kicked it in first person, and it worked. Did I have them all in? Yay! So yeah, it's not hard to kick them into the fountain. I just want to make sure, you know, I'll get one out. Maybe you. No, you. You, get out. Get out, get out. And remember to tidy after yourself. So after you're done with your run, take all the cones and help the next player put them back to the start line, either here or here. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, almost there, almost there. Yeah, okay. I was trying to get, you know, this tip underneath here. This is the worst position for the cone to be in, but now as a little bonus I will show you how to tip the cones. So stand by the cone, so you touch it, and then tap 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 the forward arrow, or whichever key you have mapped to forward movement, and tap 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 tap. Keep tapping, keep tapping, keep tapping. Stop. Back a little bit. Step forward. Back. You know, you have to, you know, feel it. And there you go. And jump off. We have tipped the cone. So, okay, to sum up, this is the first starting position. So get your cones in a huge pile on one side of the starting line. Here, I think it's either this or that side. It will work fine. But here, keep them on the left. Do not put your cones anywhere near the telescope or this area, because it's way too tight there, and it's really it's a pain to get the cones out. And when you have a time limit, that's not something you want to do. Okay, then map your first person key somewhere like close to your moving hand. Like I'm moving with my right hand right now, I'm pushing the keys, so because you don't want your hands to jump all over the keyboard, so have it at hand so you can change the perspective on the fly, and it can be like a number 5 key, whatever works best for you. I use the plus key. And if you are in the first person perspective, don't look straight down, lift your camera up a bit so you can see where you're going. If you have a stubborn cone, give it like 3 tries, and if you still can't kick it in, just leave it and go get another one, because that will take you less time to go get another cone than, you know, stand here and fidget with this stupid stubborn cone. Is it shaking? No, sometimes they are shaking. So okay, don't kick your cones too hard, and the best way to kick them in is to stand between, to have the cone between fountain and you, so that it touches both you and the fountain, and then run jump forward, of course. I don't really know where to aim. I think I would say aim at the central part, because if you aim on the sides, there is a high risk that you're going to overkick and your cone will land on the other side of the fountain. Look at those cones, they're dirty. Let's keep them in the fountain. Okay, so I think that's it for now. I also know how to tip the cone. So I'm going to upload this on YouTube, and if there's everything I missed or something, I will put those correction notes in the description box of this video. Okay, See you at the race and good luck.